what's up YouTube? Soldier Knows Best here. This video I'm going to be nipping something in the bud here, that the rumor, the myth going around that Macs are extremely overpriced. I made a couple videos in the past here. I don't think I was as clear. So this video here I'm going to be making a clear demonstration and a test of how the iMac compares to a couple other all-in-one computers from a couple of Apple competitors. So I'm going to compare the 24-inch iMac, the one with the 2.93 GHz Intel Core 2 dual processor one, compared to the Dell XPS 124 and the HP TouchSmart. So all three of these computers are all-in-ones. So let me pull up my little cheat sheet here. And the first thing is the Dell XPS 124. Very nice looking machine, as you can see here. It looks good. Definitely is good build quality. I like the way it looks. It is a 24-inch screen just like the iMac. But we're going to go ahead and get down to the specs and get down to everything. But first, the prices. I'm going to give you the prices up front. The Dell XPS 124, after taxes, after shipping, handling, and everything, is $1,820.27. And the iMac is $1,935.27. All right, so those are the prices right there. That's the price difference. All right, so first thing, processor. The Dell comes with a Intel Core 2 dual, not Core 2 dual, but an Intel Core 2 quad core processor. So the Dell comes with a quad core compared to the iMac's 2.93 GHz Intel Core 2 duo. So just a dual processor with the iMac. So average consumer would probably think, well, man, the quad core, that's twice as powerful, so it must be twice as much. Let me break this down a little further here. I went to newegg.com and I looked up the price of the same exact quad core processor. And you can get it from Newegg, which is a website where you can buy hardware and stuff like that if you're building your own computer. But the price for that quad core is $164.99. All right. I also looked up the Intel Core 2 Duo in the iMac, and that price is $139.99. So you're looking at a difference about, I'd say about $21 there difference. That's not that big of a difference in the price. So you're looking at about a $20 difference there in the price. So that's just a comparison that I'm making with the processor. All right. Now let's go to the RAM. They both have 4 gigs of RAM in them. But the difference is the Dell RAM is only 800 megahertz DDR2 SD RAM, and the iMac is 1066 megahertz DDR3 SD RAM. So the RAM in the iMac is faster than the one in the Dell XPS. And that brings us to the hard drive. The Dell only has a 320 gigabyte hard drive, and the iMac has a 640 gigabyte hard drive. So the iMac has double the hard drive capacity. Both the hard drives do run at 7200 RPM. So you're looking at, you got twice as much space in the iMac. Graphics, the Dell has an integrated Intel GMA X4500 HD graphics. It sounds complicated, but it's not. It's integrated. The iMac has dedicated graphics, has 256 megs of video RAM for the NVIDIA GeForce GT120. So the graphics in the iMac blow the integrated Intel graphics out of the water. All right. And operating system, the Dell didn't specify whether it was 32-bit or 64-bit Windows Vista Home Premium, so we don't know for sure. I didn't see that on there. But if it's 32-bit, it's not going to be able to take full advantage of the 4 gigs of RAM. So that's another disadvantage right there at the front if it is 32-bit. But of course, Mac OS X Leopard is 32-bit and 64-bit, and you can use up to 8 gigs of RAM in the iMac. So right there, the iMac is about let me see exactly how much. The iMac is $115 more than the Dell XPS 1, but it has better RAM, has double the hard drive space, extremely better graphics, and of course the operating system is not an argument, but I think Mac OS X Leopard is better. But anyway, so that kind of justifies the price difference there. And this, actually take a look at the websites here. Let me go to Dell, and let me go to I want to customize this Dell XPS 124. You can't. There's no customization to it. Can't customize the processor. Custom operating system stays the same. But after that, all you have is warranty and hot deals as far as TurboTax and printer and all this. So you can't customize the RAM. You can't customize the hard drive. You can't bump up the graphics. You can't bump up the processor speed. You can't do none of that. The XPS One, it is what it is. You can't get it. You can't change as much as you want. Now with the Apple, you can bump up the processor speed. You can go up to 8 gigs of RAM. I don't recommend you do it from the Apple. The Apple is, I definitely say Apple is overpriced as far as RAM. I'll contest to that, but you can't get third-party RAM. But anyway, you have the choice to go up to 8 gigs of RAM. You could bump up the hard drive to a terabyte. You could bump up the graphics. You could double the video RAM on there up to 512 on the GeForce GT 130. But also you can go all the way up to the ATI Radeon HD 4850 512, which is extremely good graphics. All right, so you can customize your iMac. You can't customize your Dell. You know, so that's another thing to take into consideration there. They both have 6 USB ports. These are the extras here. They both come with keyboard and mouse, although the Dell keyboard is better. It's a wireless keyboard. It has a trackpad in it. It's a lot better, so I can give them that. And they both have the built-in cameras and microphones. Now shipping, you know, may not be a big deal to you, but the Dell is not shipping at least till 3 days out. So at least 3 days before your computer actually leaves the warehouse. Apple ships within 24 hours. Now, if you change something on there, it might delay that. But just the standard iMac, it ships 24 hours. Boom, it's out the door in the mail to you as fast as possible. Maybe a little thing to you, but hey, I look into those type of things. So you look at the Dell iMac. I say the iMac comparatively is about a little over $100 more, but you have better specs. You're getting a better product. All right. Now the iMac compared to the HP TouchSmart. HP TouchSmart price is $2,247.70 compared to the iMac's $1,935.27. Excuse me. Now the TouchSmart does have a touchscreen. Okay, so I don't know exactly the prices on how much they pay for the touchscreen, but I'll give them $150 more for the screen for it being touch. All right. But the specs for the HP TouchSmart, the processor, has a 2.26 gigahertz Intel Core 2 Duo. That's the fastest processor option they have. They have 2 lower options. So 2.26 compared to the 2.93 with the iMac. The RAM's the same case with the RAM here with the Dell. All right, it's still 4 gigs, but it's only 800 megahertz, DDR2. It does match the iMac in the hard drives, the same hard drive capacity and also the same speed as far as the 7200 RPM for the hard drive. Now the graphics are better than the Dells, but it's still not better than the iMacs. The graphics for the HP TouchSmart are 256 megabyte NVIDIA GeForce 9300 mobile. Okay, so they're using a mobile processor. I mean, my MacBook Pro has a mobile processor, and it's still better than this one. But it's using a mobile processor in a compared to this 24-inch iMac version. So doesn't compare with graphics either. And this is using Windows Vista Home Premium 64-bit, so it will be able to take advantage of all of the 4 gigs of RAM in this one. This one only has 2 USB ports. It does have a TV tuner. The iMac does not have that, and it does have a wireless keyboard and mouse. Now the shipping with the HP TouchSmart is free shipping, which will come in 5 to 7 business days, but the build day is not till 5 days out from when you place your order. So this thing is not going to be built until 5 days out, and then you have 5 to 7 business days for it to get shipped to you. Again, iMac 24 hours. And let's go look at HP TouchSmart, see how customizable this is. Excuse me, I'm just getting over cold here. That's why I keep coughing. All right, but let me go here. Operating system, of course. Oh, let me get out of here. All right, processor. Like I said, the processor, you have 3 options with it, but the highest option is 2.26 gigahertz. The RAM, you cannot upgrade as far as coming from HP. You can get the hard drive all the way up to a terabyte, just like the iMac. And you can't even bump the graphics up to 512 megabytes. Did I already do that? No, I didn't do that. You can bump it up to the 512 megabytes. Still the same mobile processor. Actually, it's a 9600 mobile. But that's additional $40 to the price. But it's still not better than dedicated graphics. All right. And that's about it as far as customizing. So it does have more customizable features than the Dell, but it's still not good as the iMac. So where does that bring us? Plain and simple, the iMac is not overpriced at all. All right, the version I'm reviewing is the same version I have. It's not overpriced compared to all-in-one PCs. All right, but the argument every time Apple releases a new product or does something with their computers, people come out of the woodwork saying, "Oh, I can build my own personal PC for less." Of course you can. You can build your own personal PC for less, but it's not only Apple. You can build it less than a Dell. You can build it less than HP, less than Compaq. People only compare that to Apple computers for some odd reason. I don't know why. And also, when you're building your own computer, I very highly doubt it, you're building an all-in-one. Unless you really know what you're doing and have some training. You're going to be building a regular tower PC, and then you have the monitor, just separate monitor for it. You're not building an all-in-one. So you got to take consideration the build quality, design, because you really have to be paying attention to that with all-in-ones. Just the iMac is not overpriced. I'm going to be going over different Apple products. I will, and I'll be honest with you. If something is extremely overpriced, I will point that out in the video. So leave a comment under this video and let me know what's the next computer from Apple that you want me to see and compare it to some of Apple's competitors as far as prices to see exactly if it's overpriced or if it's just amount of price. All right, but since Soldier Knows Best, I really thank you for watching this video. If you like what you see here, make sure you subscribe to my channel. You're automatically into my giveaways. Catch me on Ustream.tv. Look for Soldier Knows Best. That's a live streaming event when I answer your questions and take live calls. I do that every single Wednesday, 8 p.m. Eastern, 7 p.m. Central on Ustream.tv. Look for Soldier Knows Best. Again, get your Mac if you're really looking forward to it. Don't let this price myth confuse you or discourage you. And I'll catch you later. Peace.